Cinema has always moved between two traditions, documenting reality and dramatizing it. But in recent years, more filmmakers have started blending those approaches. Real events are staged with documentary techniques. Fictional stories unfold in real environments with non-actors. Live-action performances transform into animation. This growing overlap is often called hybrid filmmaking, films that combine different cinematic forms to shape how audiences experience a story. Some films confront us with events that actually happened, others immerse us in lived realities, and some challenge the very idea of what we believe on screen. Some hybrid films aim for the most direct form of engagement, placing audiences inside real-world events. These films often combine extensive research with dramatic storytelling, using techniques associated with documentary to recreate moments from history. One striking example is United 93. Director Paul Greengrass reconstructed the events aboard the hijacked plane during the September 11 attacks using handheld cameras, improvisation, and performances designed to feel immediate and unfiltered.
Audiences are going because they understand full well that our world faces urgent problems that demand answers, and they read their newspapers to engage in a debate, and they go to the cinema in order to engage in debate.
Other films approach real history through carefully researched dramatization. Snowden tells the story of whistleblower Edward Snowden, blending investigative detail with the structure of a political thriller.
When you play someone who is a real-life person, you know, your audience has heard them speak, seen them on video. So it would be odd if you didn't match them, at least to some degree. So there is a bit more of that kind of technical precision that you have to bring into what you're doing. And that just really requires more practice, just repetition, a lot of practice.
Sometimes the connection to reality is even more direct. The voice of 𝗕𝗵𝘂𝗿𝗶𝗀 draws on real audio recordings that documented a tragic moment during the war in Gaza.
When I heard the full recording, it was, it was one of the most difficult sound I've heard in my life. But I was sure that I should do this movie.
Other hybrid films use these techniques not to recreate history, but to capture the feeling of real life. In these films, fiction blends with documentary-style observation. Real locations, non-professional actors, and improvisation help create a sense of authenticity. Andrea Arnold's American Honey follows a group of young magazine sellers traveling across the United States. Many of the people on screen were discovered in the environments the film portrays.
Yeah, it's not like the romanticized version. It's not like the pretty version. It's very much like the different situations and your own interpretations and all of that. And so I think that's what's really cool about this one, is it's really authentic.
A similar approach shapes Sing Sing, which tells the story of a theater program inside a prison. Alongside professional actors, the film features men who actually participated in the real-life program.
It adds in every single way to have men who have had this lived experience that have really done the work with RTA, and they know the meaning of it, and they don't take it lightly. I think it really colored the film in an extraordinary way. I think there was no way to do it without them.
Even large-scale productions sometimes adopt this philosophy. Kathryn Bigelow's The Hurt Locker was filmed in the Middle East under difficult conditions to recreate the daily reality of bomb disposal units during the Iraq War.
It made our job easy. We weren't acting, we were just reacting to what was presented in front of us.
Some hybrid films take a different route. Instead of grounding us in reality, they challenge our perception of it. The horror film Paranormal Activity presents its story through what appears to be found footage from home cameras. Another example is Richard Linklater's A Scanner Darkly. The film was shot in live action and later transformed using rotoscope animation, tracing animated imagery over real performances.
With the story that was told, dealing with, paranoias and identities and role-playing, that the animation kind of served as it was a good kind of medium to film it in.
Hybrid filmmaking shows just how flexible the language of cinema has become. Whether recreating real events, capturing lived experiences, or reshaping reality itself, these films prove that storytelling doesn't have to choose just one form.